Today, we're talking about Gen V Season 2, Episode 5. What is Cipher planning with Sister Sage? Do we finally have confirmation who Cipher really is? How is Marie going to change the world and ascend to her full potential? We're going to talk all that and more on an all-new episode of Unbinged, starting now. Welcome into Unbinged, a podcast about the shows and movies you love to binge. I'm Alfredo Brown, joined as always, I got Jagger May, Matthew Kaufhammer. We're going to talk about all the stuff that I teased in the opener for Gen V Season 2, Episode 5. But first, let's get the spoiler warning.
This is your one and only warning that we're about to spoil everything from the boys' universe. So, lots of blood.
Cipher, Sister Sage, we get this really cool cameo at the beginning that then turns very weird cameo, like within just seconds. Moments. I was trying to pay attention to every little detail as they go back a month ago, because you're thinking, okay, we're going to get some sort of origin. No, not the other details. No, no. I mean, I didn't look away.
Pause,
but
rewind, rewatch.
Computer, enhance. No. So my question here is, like, we sort of see the breadcrumbs. We see the outskirts of what the plan is. And even in the way that she's talking to Cipher, we kind of see the outskirts of some other stuff that we're going to talk about, like who Cipher really is. What is Sister Sage planning with Cipher in this, Jag? Because we kind of always knew that she's not 100% Team Homelander, but I'm curious as to what the connection is to Cipher and what this could mean for Vought going forward.
I really do think it, and when I say Fourth Reich, I don't mean that it's like they hate Jews and black people, but they genuinely think they want to evolve humanity to its next level. So that means it's like very anti-human, I would say, is what they are. Right. And then I want to reference Fantastic Four First Steps. You know, when like Reed Richards said, I fixed crime. I think that's what they think that they're doing. They're like, we're going to do this. We're going to fix it. And you can't do that with Homelander, because Homelander is a problem that was created from a faulty idea to begin with. So you need to not only neutralize Homelander, but set yourself up for control in the future. So, and that's what I mean by Fourth Reich, because believe it or not, I think that's what the German people meant, and maybe some other angry racist shit in there, but a lot of them thought they were doing a good thing for the world, but it's actually fucking awful if you think even a little bit about it.
Let's go out to our correspondent in the field, the German expert, Matthew Kaufhammer.
Oh God. So what you're saying is that they are soup supremacists, and they're about to pull off like a eugenics program to weed out the weak humans and only ascend the strongest of soups? Is that what you're kind of saying?
And they're overthrowing their Hitler before it gets bad.
Right. Right.
Yeah,
they're allowing him to be the face while they do everything in the background. And I think even Sister Sage getting this position of CEO, and she even mentions the name drop of Ashley Barrett is in no position to do it in her condition. So even though she is now in a more front-facing position as CEO, she's still allowing Homelander to be like the spokesperson and to take the brunt of the attention. So that way they can go around doing this background stuff. And I don't know if Marie is being trained to take out Homelander. I really don't know, especially when he mentions, like, I don't want you to be a weapon. I want you to be salvation.
We're gonna get to that. Mm-hmm.
Right. So that's what throws the kink in my thought process of a plan is. So I was initially on like, okay, they're training her to take out Homelander in some way, either depower him through, taking the V out of his blood or killing him outright. I don't know if that's the plan anymore. So I'm still very confused as to what the end goal is besides just general power and control. Like, I don't know what that plan looks like to attain those things.
Well, and I think that's kind of the point, no? Is that this is a character that is supposed to be so smart that if the three of us idiots sitting here watching the show could be like, that's her plan, then she's not really all that smart. Like, I think what they're doing here is, whether this was the intention all along or they're retconning, because in The Boys, her whole motivation was, I'm just bored. I'm too smart for my own good. And now all of a sudden it seems like, maybe there is a real plan, behind all of it that we haven't quite seen. And I kind of love that. I love that so much more. Like this is, I think, what we wanted is if you're going to have a smart character, make her so smart that we honestly never know what her next steps are. That's how I feel about Cipher too, if we're being honest.
And
Right.
I will say that we have the benefit of the doubt of being the viewer. So us figuring out her plan, it's not because we're smart. We just like we're literally a fly on the wall. So like
Fair.
and that's why I think I want to accept every reveal as it is. And I get a little bit of speculation in there, but I hope they don't do the whole, oh, this was my mastermind plan the entire time, and then it's kind of like the end of Saw, like because sometimes it lands and sometimes it doesn't, where you just see the clues the whole time. I just don't know if this writing crew has the chops for that, but at least now we get, I think, set up for the boys as well. Like when this ends, like to me, there's just even bigger implications to that last season and what that big bang's going to be between Butcher, Homelander. Now, is Marie going to be like in the mix there? It feels like it,
It very much feels like we're going to have an Avengers Portals moment where it's just going to be anyone and everyone from any part of Gen V or the boys is just going to be
assemble.
there. Yeah. Yeah. Like that's really
Love
how it feels.
sausage. Let's get him.
Okay, so we're going to talk more about Marie, what her abilities are, like how Cipher and Sister Sage plan on using her. And honestly, I think we figured out who Cipher is. We're going to talk about that. But before we do, I want to remind everybody, we've got a giveaway going on right now. It's a $200 Amazon gift card for the best theory that we get in an Apple review. Okay, go to Apple Podcasts, leave your review. You're going to take a screenshot of that and send that over to unbingedpodcast@gmail.com. It's unbingedpodcast@gmail.com. And we're going to reveal the winner of the $200 Amazon gift card on October 27th when we do our premiere breakdown episode of It Welcome to Derry. Also, we've got a bunch of other shows that we're going to be talking about here on Unbinged coming up. I mean, we've already got Peacemaker, Task, we got Landman coming up, It Welcome to Derry, like I mentioned, we just finished Alien Earth, and we have so many other shows that are going to be coming up throughout the fall and winter. So make sure you are subscribed to Unbinged. All right, guys, the confirmation of who Cipher really is. I mean, we say confirmation, but can we all just say it's burned man in the tube?
I think we're
Burning
in
Man.
agreement.
Yeah.
Tube man. Yeah.
Tube man, burn man, whatever. And that's Godolkin. Can we all say that? Are we
Believe
there?
so. Yeah.
Like he's
Yep.
for sure Godolkin. Like I'm 110% sure that he's Godolkin. I am like 80%, 85, maybe even 90 that he's controlling meat puppets. So he's like a meat puppet controller.
Do you guys think this is a Deadpool situation where he injected himself with Compound V and it like fucked up his own body, but it gave him his powers? Or do you think this was just a natural evolution of like him aging? Because I can't tell if he's burned or if he's just desiccated or just old. Like I can't tell.
Oh, no, he
what's wrong with
defecated,
that
yeah.
body. Well, yeah, for sure. But I don't know what's wrong with that body, right? Like that's the one thing I'm kind of a little confused on is what's wrong with the body that he has to control, Hamish Linklater.
I wonder.
think it's
I
just
wonder,
burnt
like,
to a crisp, and it,
yeah. I wonder if he already had powers. I think he would have just stopped the fire and stopped everything that was going on, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wonder if the fire is where he gets the powers from whatever Compound V spills, and if that Compound V then like gets mixed with the fire and he's engulfed in the flames, like what could it have done to him? Like I'm not going to pretend to know. Like I don't know this, but he obviously seems like he got his powers from that accident. We're going to find out why. I'd be surprised if they don't do another callback to that opening shot. Do you guys think they're going to do that?
Right.
I mean, they'd have to,
think so.
Because to me, I think it's like a Darth Vader situation, except we haven't invented a suit yet for him to where he's just so
did.
burnt he can't really.
His suit is Hamish Linklater.
It's a
Yeah,
meat
okay,
puppet,
that's, yeah, it's like he's got an avatar suit, so.
Basically,
yeah, there you
yeah.
go. Do you
They
think
gave
he
us a
tried
lot
to?
of...
Maybe
Go.
maybe he got like burned in the fire and he got like riddled, destroyed basically, and he tried to like save himself with Compound V, and that's where he got the powers. And this is his solution, utilizing the powers he has available.
I mean, maybe. I like it. I mean, it seems like in the clip, it seems like he passes out from the smoke inhalation before he can do anything. So I don't know if like he comes back or if someone saves him or what. Like what if Cipher is actually just one of the other workers that was in there, that like the Hamish Linklater was another worker that was in there that saved him, who was just like a really big fan of his, like his number one assistant, right? Like they did that little thing where he brings in his own assistant and they're like, yeah, she'll get you anything. You know, like what if he was Godolkin's assistant and he just keeps using his body as a meat puppet throughout the years and he's able to control, like there's a million and one things
That's
that could
dark.
That's his
That's
Ashley
dark, but I like
that
it.
just got
Yes.
around.
I
Yes.
like it.
I mean, do these shows not do that all the time where it's all about using people and abusing people? And I mean, it's already kind of dark, right? Like if this is a meat puppet, you got to think, what if he can feel all of it? Like, what if this meat puppet can feel all of it? Like she's out, Sister Sage is out here slapping the shit out of him in the middle of the room, right? Like they're doing all of this. I'm wondering how much he can feel, because Jordan said that when he was controlling her in the ring, she could feel it. She could see it. It was like she was in the back seat of her own mind, kind of like Get Out, like in the sunken place.
Yeah.
Spoilers.
No. I'm leaning in more to the meat puppet. Like it's like, if anything, I just don't have confirmation. I'm like, well, we don't know, and
Yeah.
I'm leaving it open. But it just seems like that poor homie in there, and I wonder where the pain was coming from, because it could be the pain of being controlled and the pain from
body.
Godolkin. Yeah, from the
Yeah,
body.
that's what I
you
think
know?
it is.
Yeah, so
That's what
I
I'm
just
thinking too.
yeah.
Which is crazy that if we are right and he did a double jump to control Jordan, right? So he's controlling both Hamish Linklater's body and Jordan's, because that's how powerful Godolkin is now. The fact that she could still feel the pain of Godolkin through that double jump is fucking crazy. So I
That's
wonder
just
how
how
much
strong
like,
he
Hamish.
is. I think.
Yeah. And then imagine what Hamish Linklater, like his character, if he is in his own backseat, like what he is feeling, like that's gonna be super fucking intense. Like that's such a great little detail to add into that.
I think they sell it even more when the shift to like the Polarity little scene there, when he takes the knife and just stabs
Stabs.
himself. That's not his
Doesn't
body.
feel anything.
Yeah, he doesn't give a fuck. That's he's just like
That's
"Oh,
why he's like
no."
smiling. He's like, do it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not my
I'll just get another
Ashley.
body.
I'll just get another Ashley.
Dude, I was wondering, because like I've been saying that I really love the Cipher character, and a lot of it has to do with the way he speaks and how it's so much like he kind of reminds me a little bit of Homelander, but Homelander's more of like hubris and arrogance, whereas this character of Cipher speaks as if he doesn't have consequences. And like he doesn't have time to waste with people's bullshit and conversations. Like he just gets down to the nitty gritty. He can read their minds. He knows what they're thinking, what they're talking about. Like there's no wasted time with him. He speaks like someone without consequences. Like to me, this is the meat puppet being controlled by the mind marionette, man. It's crazy.
This is very much a robot from Invincible controlling a drone and like not having to worry about like whatever, you can destroy the drone, doesn't matter, like I'm safe back in my safe house. So yeah, I like that point, that he is very much like, why waste time? Because you're right, even if Polarity did plunge that knife into his neck, oh well, just get another meat puppet.
Yeah, he's just like, oh no, we got a new headmaster. They treat it like it's a dog arts. Dog arts. It's like, Ashley, do we have a name for this one? It's like, here is Decipher. You know?
There's some stuff that they do in this episode that they really hint at it but never actually say it. So there was a few things I noticed. One is the immediate thing is all the food in the fridge is just like the same mushy stuff, which maybe we can assume that's only for the burned man, but the fact that Cipher himself is also only ever having smoothies where it's like he dropped fried chicken into a blender, and then every day for lunch his assistant's like, here's the usual, and it's just a smoothie, right? Like how much of that is that's what Godolkin or whatever burned man like is used to eating and drinking. Like it's just part of his daily, he doesn't have to think about anything. It's just like, yep, this is how we do it, this is how we function. It's smoothies every single time. There's like a tethering where they're the exact same person. Yeah, like us. Yeah, there we go, another Jordan Peele movie that we're just gonna throw out there as well.
How long do you, I mean, this is another layer. I know we're kind of like staying on this segment a little long, but how long has he been like that? And like, does that affect his aging? Is it because you got to think he was there for Marie being
20
born,
years
and he
ago, looked the
and he
same,
didn't
yeah.
look much different. I don't know if they couldn't afford the AI de-aging. Maybe hit up LucasArts or something, or like.
I
But
just think the body's not decaying. I think if he's
Yeah.
controlling the brain, I don't think the body is changing.
his body's like, hey, don't get old. Like he just turns that off.
That'd be nuts if you could. Like,
Or
that's-
actually,
damn.
if he has similar powers to what Marie has, we saw, because like actually, like, I'm not trying to take your job, Alfredo, but like this seems like a good segue here at this
Yeah.
point, here to go to Marie's powers, that and how that ended. Because I have a lot of questions. I'm like, she
Yeah.
reversed cell death. Let's talk about that.
Yeah.
Like she reversed cell death. So if he
That's
has
beyond
any,
just blood control.
yes,
That's
yeah,
cellular control.
yeah. So if he can do that, and that's why he's saying like you can evolve, like, and maybe
Salvation,
exactly
everlasting
maybe,
life.
Maybe Marie's gonna be his next meat puppet. Think about it, like
I do think so. There's and once again, not to do like spoilery stuff, but there's some stuff in the upcoming promo that Marie doesn't quite look like herself in a couple of the shots. I'm just gonna say that. It wouldn't surprise me if all of a sudden we're getting a couple of different people getting taken over by our bird band.
no.
Yeah. Because, I mean, why limit yourself to one meat puppet if you can bounce between a few different ones who have different varying powers?
Because it's like he can do all that shit with a human. What could he do with Marie? We saw what he could do with Jordan through a human. If he could connect with Marie, that's literally, you think it's limitless power at that point. She's controlling every blood bag on there. I mean, she was about to pop everyone in that room with her after she saw her sister with a cut throat. Because I mean, he's treating them all like literal lab rats. It's like, okay, we got a maze. Get out, kids. Your only way out is to.
He confirmed that to Polarity himself. He's like, yeah, your son died because of an experiment. Like, my bad. Sorry. He was a weak little boy. And that's when Polarity lost his shit. But yeah, the fact that he can just, God, the way he is just utilizing these people as experiments is just so cold. And it makes you wonder if he may actually be trying to pull a fast one on Sister Sage herself, like making her think she's part of the plan, but he's actually got a double cross in place for her too. Who knows?
Well, if he can read
control
minds, wouldn't be.
Yeah, if he can read minds or control anyone, what's stopping him from jumping in and using her?
Yeah, because then like he can always, to steal Jack's joke, decipher whatever her plan is, right? By simply reading her mind, knowing what's coming up next, and like he knows if she's gonna betray him. She's 2 steps ahead of Homelander, but he's probably also 2 steps ahead of her, just simply because of what his abilities are. There's so many good layers to this, man. But back to the Marie thing, Jack, because you bring that up, and Cipher tells Marie that she's going to be able to change the world, right? She just has to ascend to her full potential. He says, I don't want you to be a weapon. I want you to be our salvation. And when I hear salvation, it always just comes back to
Terminator.
religion, Christianity, sure, that too. Terminator salvation. Yes, that's the Christian I was talking about. Christian Bale. Good call. Like everlasting life, right? Like the concept of going to heaven and living through salvation and all that, and wondering if that's not what he is trying to do, is turn this into the own personal heaven where it's only the top soups. We get our everlasting life. We live forever as the uber soups,
Gods.
so to speak. And that's it. We're the gods. And whoever we do keep alive, there are assistants bringing us smoothies. Like that's the world.
Yeah, like you're either an Ashley or you got a real name. That's how the boys works. It's like there's no middle class anymore. There's the Ashley class and the soups.
Yeah.
So I wonder if this is they're trying to do like their own like Mount Olympus type thing where they have, like you said, their top soups, like the strongest of the strong, everyone's ruling over.
Yeah, they were kind
the
of already
seven
doing
ruling over, and then everyone else is their just playthings that they can do whatever they want to, make them into their literal slaves.
Shout out to the DC fans who knows about the New Gods. That's literally a plot line in DC right there. So
So what I'm curious about here is I feel like there were some lines that were dropped very deliberately in this, where Marie says, in the fight, I felt like I could have destroyed the whole arena. And I'm wondering if that is something that Cipher is planning on using at some point.
Yeah, well,
Is it to
like
Head pop?
he's already got her lifting blood bags and goats and shit. You know? It's just like,
so it's like
RIP
what is
Elon.
what is the plan there? Is it to kill a bunch of humans? Is it to kill other soups that oppose them? Right?
yes.
Because it's
Oh,
like
why not both?
she's the golden gun in GoldenEye for him. Like that's it. He's just everyone else is on slappers and she's walking around with a golden gun.
Yeah, exactly. Oh my god. Because if she can do what Newman did, then she could just head pop, and if she's powerful enough to control multiple or an area, right? Let's say a diameter, she can literally pop a room full of people's heads and then just boop, walk away.
I feel like Marie, and I don't mean this a direct comp of powers. She just seems like the boys' Wanda Maximoff. You know, like she is like
She's
she
a
is
heavy
just OP, the like most powerful, and if you just unlock that, it's just game fucking over. You know,
You piss her off a little bit.
yeah, like, and if the boys can do this, Disney didn't do House of M. Can Marie do House of M and just rip the V out of like a bunch of Soup's blood and shit like that, and just kind of end it for everyone? That would be a fun way to end. Actually, that's how I'd do it.
Yeah.
Just be like, I took away your bending, kind of like we talked about last time about like her avatar, but like everybody, you know.
Yeah.
That kind of feels like that's the best way for it to end, especially if I mean, I don't. Spoiler alert, guys! I have not read the comics. Coffee, you've read the comics for this, right? For Gen V, or not Gen V, for the boys.
Yeah. Not Gen V, for the boys. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like if they wanted to do an original ending, would that kind of make the most sense, or would that just kind of cut them off the knees where they couldn't do any more shows after that?
Well, yeah. I mean, it would.
Everything would have to be
always be a
prequels.
way. Well, no, that's not true. She could take everyone's compound V away, and then there could be a story where after she dies or whatever, like they find a way to bring it back. Like there's always ways in comics and in shows to do it.
Marie Moreau will return
nothing-
in Avengers Doomsday.
Yeah.
Got it.
Exactly. Like, you know what they say, nothing is permanent in comics except for Uncle Ben dying, like, and Bruce's parents dying.
And the pearls.
So-
That's it.
Yeah, exactly. Everything else is on the table to be like retconned or redone. So never say never in comic shows.
So I know we're talking about how powerful she can be, but something that we've seen already with Polarity and his son Andre, which obviously they were mirroring what happened in real life, is using the powers too much led to his own death. And we see this all, like, it's a common trope in comics and movies and shows. There's always a price to everything, whether it be powers, magic, or whatever. It seems like there is a price to Marie's power, where she's bringing back her sister from the dead, and it seems to be affecting all the people around her. And so I'm wondering, what could that price be? Like, what even is that? Is it how is this affecting the people around her?
They got blood in them, and like maybe she just doesn't know how to focus it. It's kind of like
That
the
makes sense.
polarity, the polarity thing where he's squeezing all the metal when he's out of control sometimes, and he's having a stroke instead of just bending a fork doing some Matrix shit, and she's just not at that level,
So it's just not being able to control it properly. It's not that it has an adverse effect on the other people. It's just that she can't focus it all in one place. Yet.
Maybe
I don't
because
know.
like it could be fucking up people. Like
Yeah.
What's your thought, Koff?
Because the way I almost read that as like she was pulling like the life force from the other people in the room to give it to her sister. That's how I
It
read
felt like that. She's
Obviously,
ripping the
you know
midichlorians
what I
out of
mean?
them.
Something. I don't know. Maybe they'll explain it better, but it just felt like she was taking something from everyone around to put it and give Annabeth a second chance, because she clearly had no pulse and was dead. So it's not like, because in the first season, in the first episode, we see her save a woman from bleeding out. So that was simply putting the blood back in and then keep the wound closed. This, she literally stitched that wound back up and brought her sister back to life. So I feel like that not only is an evolution and ascension of her powers, but she, like you said, the cost is she has to pull that from other people to be able to give that back to somebody else. Like, you can't create nothing. You can't create energy. You have to transfer it.
That's literally what I was about to say. I was just like, scientifically, and I know the boys is like way past physics. I was like, your theory is the only thing that makes sense, because like conservation of matter and energy, nothing can be created or destroyed, only transferred. So that's
right. Exactly.
One, Justice League taught me that when Batman didn't mourn Superman's death. Matter cannot be destroyed, only transferred. What? I was 29 years old. Whatever. So, but this,
Never too late
you just
to
made
learn.
you made a really good point that leads me to this. Once again, sleuthing through the promo for next week's episode, there's a moment there where Annabeth has a brief moment where she stops and she says, "He's almost here," or "He's here," something like that. And it very much insinuates that she has some sort of power.
she can feel like your blood, like everyone has like a
Now, yeah. And so I can't imagine she would have been put in a cell without a power dampening collar if she had powers. I'm pretty sure Cipher would have known about that. So what if through this, let's call it transfer, and her coming back to life,
Give powers.
she has been given powers? Like, what if every time Marie is bringing someone back to life, they're kind of absorbing some of that power too, or getting some sort of power of their own?
one
Well,
for
especially
all.
if you're pulling
My
it-
Hero Academia, anime. I told you.
But
If it ends up being right, the
too.
final thumbnail for the last episode is just going to be My Hero Academia on the front. Nothing else. Nothing involving Unbinged or Gen V. It's just going to be that, Jag, just for you.
Thank you.
Well, think about it. If there is the transfer of life essence or power or energy, it makes sense that if she's taking that from Soups and putting it into a human, that the human would then gain powers. Like, that makes sense to me. If she let's say Shetty was still alive and she had pulled life force from Shetty to give it to her sister, maybe there would be no power transfer because there's no power to give. But since she pulled it from Emma, she pulled it from Jordan, she pulled it from herself, she pulled it from Kate, 4 Soups that she pulled it from. What if, like you said, now Annabeth has 4 fucking sets of power?
That's and so that brings us to the next thing. If like, what if that is truly her ascending to her full potential? Is that she can put all of the powers from anyone that she's in touch with into one body, one person, like Thomas Godolkin, for example.
Because technically Gen V
now
is
it's
in the
coming
blood, and like, wow, we're really like, I hope we're right a little bit, because this makes too much fucking sense.
It's
Because
kind of fucking cool.
yeah, because like technically she could manipulate cellular levels, so she could be like, you got Gen V now, or you got a Gen V in your blood, you know, like the hands don't mean anything, you know. Oogity boogity, like, you got powers now.
That's amazing.
I like this. I like this theory so much.
Yeah.
I love this so much.
Now it makes sense what Sister Sage and what Cipher are doing. That if that is their end goal, that they can have Marie power up to where she can take and give powers. Now we're talking something interesting.
I'm still a little bit in the dark on what Sister Sage's plan is going to be, because she's also a person that's like, she's been anti-democracy, she's been like anti a lot of things, anti-establishment,
Einstein, apparently.
Yeah, I mean, seems like he was pretty fucking racist, man. Like, just gonna throw that out there.
To quote Veep, she's anti-pro.
So yeah, I mean, like, I think they did enough where they gave us enough answers, but still left us enough questions. And it's just, the writing has been very good this season.
Very.
Something that I think we could see in the upcoming episodes as well was, we mentioned Polarity, and Polarity seems like he could be dying. Like, his powers are finally having their effect on him. In some of the upcoming promos, he looks to be not only doing fine, but very, very strong. And I'm wondering if Marie meets up with him, and is maybe experimenting some of her oogity boogity powers. Yeah.
Stitches up his brain, the little tears in his brain. Yeah.
And what, yeah, she could be fixing the tears in his brain. Like what kind of power could that turn in for him? There's a lot that's going on here. There's a lot.
Ooh, this could be a X-Men First Class moment where Professor X unlocks Magneto's full potential and makes him even stronger. And then Polarity can actually rip that door down in Elmira.
I love that movie, but I'll never forgive them for what they did to Darwin. That was not cool.
Yeah, that sucked. Like, how do you take
Thank
the
you,
one
James
character
Gunn.
that can't die?
Yes.
Like, yes.
Justice for Eddie Gathegi, man. Thank
Yeah.
God. Thank God
you,
we got
James
Mr.
Gunn.
Terrific.
You did it. You're a real one. The black community loves you.
You are invited to the cookout.
Yeah.
So a
Would you
theory
give
that I
James
saw.
Gunn the aux cable? That's the
Yeah.
real question, though.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's not even a. Yeah. It's like for a little bit, and then I'm a kind of a
Yeah.
control freak. So all right, you had 2 songs. That was fun. Now.
I can only listen to Foxy Shazam so many times. A fun theory I saw that's like floating around is that the characters Allie, aka Bushmaster, and her brother Greg are actually setting up our main characters.
I think they are.
And
I think
Yeah.
I feel so
Can't
bad for
can't trust
Emma.
rich kids.
Yeah, it's because he's rich and blonde and white. I was just like sus immediately.
he is every school bully in every movie. Like what?
Yeah.
Yes.
I was like, cool, Flash Thompson. Like, you gonna knock a tray out of a kid's hand.
What was the prince's name in the first Frozen movie where he was a good guy and then he turned
Wrong
out to be a
crowd,
bad
buddy.
guy?
Wrong crowd.
Yeah, it's like you're asking Jag. I know the answer, but I'm not going to say it because I don't want to be embarrassed.
But
I
that's what it
legitimately
reminds
don't
me
know.
of, right? Especially that moment with Emma where
It
he's
was
like
Hans.
going in, leaning in a little bit for there you go, that Hans.
Mm-hmm.
He's very much a Hans like character where he's going
Of
in
the
like,
Southern
oh,
Isles.
flirty. Yep. Flirty, getting on him his good side, and then
Jag's
stabbing him
judging
back
me
when he
so
gets
hard
hurt.
right now.
He's got even brother and sister-in-laws who are under 10, so he's excused.
I get it.
I watched that
like,
movie way before they were here.
I'm the weird one. He's just like, that wasn't them.
I
I
know
watched
what I am.
Frozen one time to see what people are about. I'm like, okay. And I've never watched it again, and I've never watched Frozen 2. So
Yoo-hoo, family. It's such a good movie, man.
I do know
You're
about
a
the
hater.
summer blowout. That is my favorite
Yeah,
part.
pick some up out.
Oh yeah.
So I think that with these characters, the Greg and Bushmaster and all that, we do know that their family's really rich. Their family donated the library to Godolkin University. Boy, if there's anyone who's gonna sympathize
Not
with
one-
the dean and do whatever they're told, it's probably that family. And it seems also to do a good job of like bringing Emma back to Sam because she's kind of already said like there's no chance in hell that this like puts us, on good terms or anything like that. But they're both kind of going through their own thing where they're both having to go through some sort of I don't want to say trauma, but their own afflictions that are very human like afflictions, which is mental illness or self-harm, things like stuff that isn't necessarily 100% connected to their powers. So like I think it's kind of, I know it's the side story, it's not even the B story, it's like the C story, but in a way I think this is what probably brings them back together.
Yeah, she's gonna get betrayed by Greg after falling for him, and then Sam's gonna rescue her. or
Sam's
save
gonna
the day
rip
somehow.
his dick off.
I always want Emma to have a nice man that isn't Sam.
I've never wanted anything more for anyone.
Yeah. Like,
She deserves more.
yeah. Like, Sam had a shot and I felt good about it, but I'm like, buddy, you kind of killed a lot of people and got real Sieg Heil there for a minute.
Yeah, like I don't know if Emma's gonna like spend her Saturday mornings watching their version of Sesame Street over there.
Yeah.
The
Deep Street.
Is that what that's
Sounds
called?
fucked up. That sounds fucked up.
No, that's just what I call it.
The Deep Street. That sounds like a porno if I've ever
That
heard.
definitely sounds. Yeah. Fucking.
That would
gross.
fit with the Deep, honestly. It would fit with his character.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's really into frat rituals, apparently.
Guys, anything else from this episode that kind of stood out to you, or anything you see going into next week?
When is Homegrown
Sometimes
getting her
mental
powers
illness-
back?
Who's homegirl?
Kate?
Oh, Kate.
Kate, yeah, like
I mean, she's starting to get him back in a weird fucking way.
They're all dick related, and like I feel like it's just
Or
like,
eye related.
or eye related. It's just like it just feels like she needs to either have something punctured or someone have punctured themselves. So I'm curious what's going on there because, like I said, she's the cricket of the boys. Her and Ashley both were like every season or every episode. I feel like things get worse for her. So I'm just curious when she's going to get unlocked because she's kind of an OP character when she does have those powers. They've kind of nerfed her on purpose, you know?
Yes, that's what I was going to say. Is it really feels like they nerfed her on purpose. And I think it was also like they wanted to get us into that emotional side where it's like, okay, now you can feel bad for her again, her and Sam. Because like that's what this whole season has been. It's like, how can we get you to feel bad for Kate and Sam once again after they did such a shitty thing? Because we kind of need you to like them again by the end of this season.
I wish they would have kept them villains. Just keep people villains sometimes. Not everyone needs redemption.
Chad doesn't want your fucking redemption story, Disney.
You made your choice, Sam.
See, I don't understand why you don't love Frozen then, man. Hans was a villain right from the beginning, dog.
I don't even remember that movie, Alfredo. Like, barely.
You should watch it again. It's a good film.
Okay.
It's a good film.
Noted.
All right, guys. I think the fourth Frozen reference is probably our end point. So that's going to be a wrap for this episode, but we are going to be back again with the next episode of Peacemaker coming out tomorrow. And we'll be back again next week here for Gen V as well. We've got Task, like we mentioned, coming up. We also have Landman. There's going to be Welcome to Derry, Fallout, Stranger Things. Man, we're going really far down into it, like The Pit. Like we're gonna be talking about a lot of cool TV. And you know what? We'd love to hear your comments down below on what you'd love to see us do for a special Halloween episode that we're going to do. We're throwing around some ideas, but we'd love to hear what you guys think. As always, I want to thank everybody for watching or listening all the way through. For myself, for Koff, for Jag. We'll see you next time. Adios.